What if I told you the fortune you've been dreaming of could be hiding in your pocket right now? That old coin jar, the dusty piggy bank in your closet, the forgotten change between your car seats, or even that random penny on a hotel room drawer might not just be spare change. It could be your ticket to becoming a billionaire overnight. We're talking about rare Lincoln pennies worth up to $14 million hiding in plain sight. Before you spend another cent, take a moment to look closer, because on this channel, we reveal the hidden treasures you never knew you had. Welcome to Coin Legacy USA, where your next fortune could be just a penny away. Let's get started. If I told you, the allure of striking it rich with pocket change is a dream as old as currency itself, and it has fueled countless stories of unexpected fortune. In the world of numismatics, the idea that a simple coin could be a ticket to unimaginable wealth is not entirely a fantasy, though it requires a keen eye and a bit of luck. The specific claim of a 1970 Abraham Lincoln penny being worth a staggering $18 million, however, enters the realm of modern folklore, a captivating blend of wishful thinking and genuine rarity. While no standard-issue 1970 penny has ever commanded such a price, the persistent legend speaks to the very real potential that hides in plain sight within your spare change, old piggy banks, or forgotten coin jars. The truth, as we shall explore, is that while an $18 million penny doesn't exist, a 1970 penny in your possession could still be a ticket to a life-changing sum, just on a slightly more modest, yet still thrilling scale. The foundation of this modern treasure hunt lies not in the coin's face value, but in the fascinating world of minting errors and special varieties. The United States Mint, for all its precision, occasionally produces coins with unique imperfections that become highly sought after by collectors. For the 1970 Lincoln Memorial penny, the most famous and valuable variety is the one minted in San Francisco with a small date and the S Mint mark. This specific variety is genuinely scarce, and in the highest states of preservation, can command thousands of dollars at auction. However, it's crucial to understand that the vast majority of 1970 pennies, even those from San Francisco, are common and worth only their face value. The difference between a penny spent on a piece of gum and one sold for a small fortune lies in the microscopic details that only a trained eye or a professional grading service can discern. So, what should you be looking for as you rifle through your collection? The most famous, valuable 1970 penny is the 1970 S small date Lincoln Memorial cent. This coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, and its value comes from a subtle but distinct difference in the size and style of the numbers in the date 1970 compared to the more common large date version. The S Mint mark, located just below the date, is your first clue. If you find a 1970 penny with no mint mark, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia, or a D for Denver, it is generally not considered rare, though error coins can still exist. Finding a 1970 S is the first step, but then you must determine if it's the coveted small date variety. The differences are minute, often requiring a magnifying glass or even a microscope to compare the shape of the 7 and the spacing of the numbers against known examples. Beyond the small date variety, the 1970 penny can also be valuable if it features a dramatic mint error. These errors can include a double die, where the design elements appear twice, slightly offset. For instance, a 1970 penny with a double die on the word Liberty or a noticeable bump on the number 7 has been valued by experts at around $3,500. Other errors, like off-center strikes, where the image is not printed squarely on the coin, or planchet errors, where the coin is made from the wrong type of metal or is the wrong thickness, can also significantly increase a coin's value. The auction listing for a 1970 D penny that was triple struck, a major error, carried an estimate of over $2,300 to $3,000, demonstrating that dramatic mistakes at the mint are what truly excite serious collectors. The emotional pull of this hunt is perfectly captured by stories of ordinary people who have found fortunes in their spare change. A woman in Texas, for example, discovered a 1969 double die Lincoln penny in her own home, a coin that was subsequently valued at an astounding $24,000. While this is not a 1970 penny, it illustrates the very real possibility that a coin you've handled for years, perhaps without a second thought, could be a hidden gem. These stories fuel the dream and underscore the importance of not dismissing your pocket change. They transform the mundane act of checking your coins into a moment of potential discovery, where the next penny you look at could be the one that pays for a new car, a down payment on a house, or a dream vacation. If your search yields a promising candidate, the path to potential riches is clear, but requires professional validation. The first rule of rare coin collecting is never to clean a potentially valuable coin, as this can irreparably damage its surface and drastically reduce its worth. Instead, you should carefully place the coin in a protective, non-abrasive holder. The next step is to consult a professional coin grading service such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company in GC. These independent, third-party experts will authenticate your coin, grade its condition on a standardized scale, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder. This process, known as slabbing, provides the official certification that gives collectors and auction houses confidence in the coin's authenticity and quality, which is the key to unlocking its true market value. The market for rare coins is robust and global, with major auction houses regularly selling exceptional pieces for millions of dollars. The coins that achieve these astronomical sums, such as the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, valued at over $10 million, or the legendary 1933 Double Eagle, which sold for a record-breaking $18.9 million, are the crown jewels of numismatics. These are the coins that have achieved mythical status and are the benchmarks against which all other discoveries are measured. The $18.9 million sale of the 1933 Double Eagle is likely the source of the inflated claim attached to the 1970 penny in popular lore. While your 1970s small date penny, even in perfect condition, will not reach those heights, a discovery worth tens of thousands of dollars is a monumental find that would change most people's lives overnight. A 1970s large date penny in the highest known grade, MS-67, has been valued at up to $275, and one sold for an astonishing $24,150 in early 2021, proving that condition is everything. Ultimately, the message is clear: do not spend your old coins without a second glance. The dream of finding an $18 million penny may be a fantasy, but the reality of finding a coin worth several thousand or even tens of thousands of dollars is a tangible possibility. The 1970 penny, with its famous small date variety and the potential for dramatic mint errors, is a prime candidate for this kind of discovery. Take a moment to examine that old piggy bank, the coffee can full of change in your garage, or the collection of coins passed down from a relative. Arm yourself with a magnifying glass, look for the S-Mint mark, and scrutinize the date and the lettering. You are not just looking at copper and zinc, you are looking at history, and with a bit of luck, you might just be holding a ticket to a truly unimaginable life-altering fortune. The next great numismatic discovery could very well be hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to find it. Thanks for watching, and stay with me for next coin. Next up, the very idea that a simple coin from your pocket could be a secret ticket to becoming a billionaire is the kind of dream that has captivated humanity for centuries. The thought of a 1973 Abraham Lincoln penny, shimmering with the potential to be worth a staggering $20 million, is enough to make anyone's heart race and send them digging through old drawers and piggy banks. This modern legend, while a dramatic exaggeration, taps into the very real and electrifying possibility that lurks within the copper hues of your spare change. It transforms the mundane task of sorting coins into a treasure hunt, a personal quest for a fortune that could change your life overnight, turning an ordinary evening into the prologue of an unimaginable success story. The allure is simply irresistible, promising that wealth beyond your wildest dreams could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to recognize its true worth. However, to turn this dream into a reality, we must separate the captivating folklore from the fascinating facts. While no standard-issue 1973 penny has ever been valued at millions, the U.S. Mint did produce billions of these coins, with the Philadelphia Mint alone striking a colossal 3,728,245,000 examples. The Denver Mint was equally busy, adding another 3,549,576,588 pennies with a D mint mark to the nation's pockets. With such astronomical production numbers, the common worn 1973 penny you find today is, in its basic form, worth exactly 1 cent. The magic and the potential for significant wealth lies not in the coin itself, but in the extraordinary exceptions, the pristine, uncirculated gems, and the fascinating errors that escape the factory floor. Your first step on this treasure hunt is to become a detective armed with a magnifying glass and a keen eye. You must look for the telltale signs of rarity, starting with the mint mark. A coin from the Philadelphia Mint will have no mint mark at all, while those from Denver bear a small D just below the date. The true prize for many collectors, however, is the S mint mark of the San Francisco Mint, which produced far fewer coins, primarily proof versions for collectors. A 1973 S proof penny, with its mirror-like finish, is immediately more desirable and valuable than its billions of circulated cousins. Finding one is your first clue that you might be holding something special. Beyond mint marks, the most thrilling path to value is through the discovery of mint errors. These are the coins that went wrong in the best possible way, becoming unique works of art. You might find a double die error, where lettering, the date, or Lincoln's profile appears to have a ghost-like shadow, indicating it was struck twice at a slight angle. Or perhaps you'll discover an off-center strike where the image is dramatically shifted to one side, or a repunched mint mark showing a faint duplicate. Other dramatic errors include die cuts, which are raised bumps or lines from cracks in the die itself, which one expert noted can be worth around $12 for common examples from this era. While many minor errors are common, a significant and dramatic one can transform a penny's value from 1 cent to hundreds of dollars. The condition or grade of your 1973 penny is the single most critical factor in determining its true market value. A coin that has been in circulation will show where, particularly on high points like Lincoln's jawline and the fine details of the memorial on the reverse. Collectors prize coins that have survived in mint state, MS, condition, meaning they show no signs of wear and retain their original mint luster. The color is also crucial. Pennies are classified as red RD if they retain 95% or more of their original copper color, and these are the most valuable, followed by red-brown RB and then brown BN. For instance, a common 1973 D penny in an exceptional MS66 plus RD condition is valued by experts at around $392, proving that perfection pays. If your search uncovers a penny that looks exceptionally well-preserved or has a potential error, your next step is to consult the professionals. Do not, under any circumstances, clean the coin, as this will irrevocably damage its surface and destroy its numismatic value. Instead, place it carefully in a protective holder. You can then seek out a local coin dealer, perhaps one recommended by the American Numismatic Association, for an informal opinion. For a definitive assessment, you can submit it to a professional grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. They will authenticate it, grade its condition, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder, a process that significantly enhances its value and saleability, with fees ranging from $35 to over $100. The market for these certified treasures is robust and global. While a 1973 penny will never reach the legendary status of a 1933 Double Eagle, which sold for a record-breaking $18.9 million and likely inspired the modern myth, its value can still be life-changing. A common circulated 1973 D penny might only be worth $1 or $2, but a high-grade example can command hundreds. For instance, a 1973 S penny in MS66 condition is valued around $50, and a 1973 penny in MS66 can be worth around $114, showing how condition creates value. The most pristine examples, graded MS67 or higher, are considered genuinely rare, and their value is determined by auction, where collector demand can drive prices far beyond standard price guides. So, take a moment right now. Dump out that old piggy bank, sift through the coffee can of change in your garage, or carefully examine the collection passed down from a relative. Look at every 1973 penny with new eyes, check for the S-Mint mark, scrutinize the letters for doubling, and marvel at any coin that looks like it was made just yesterday. You are not just looking at copper and zinc, you are looking at history, at potential, at a story waiting to be told. The dream of a $20 million penny may be a fantasy, but the reality of finding a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars is a tangible, thrilling possibility. The next great discovery is out there, and it might just be hiding in your very own hands, waiting to change your fortune. Next up, the captivating legend of a 1977 Abraham Lincoln penny being worth a staggering $14 million is the kind of modern-day folklore that can send a thrill down your spine and have you emptying every jar of spare change in your house. It's a beautiful dream. The idea that a tiny piece of copper from the disco era could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth, making you a billionaire overnight. While the $14 million figure is a dramatic exaggeration, likely inspired by the record-breaking sales of true numismatic rarities like the 1933 Double Eagle, it serves a powerful purpose. It grabs your attention and makes you look. And in that moment of looking, you might just find something genuinely life-changingly valuable hiding in plain sight, a coin whose true worth is a secret only you and a sharp-eyed collector know. To understand the real treasure hunt, we must look past the myth and examine the actual 1977 penny. The U.S. Mint produced these coins in staggering quantities, with the Philadelphia Mint striking over 4.4 billion of them, and the Denver Mint adding another 4.1 billion with a D-Mint mark. This means the vast majority of these pennies you'll find in an old piggy bank are common and worth only their face value or perhaps a few cents for their copper content. But the real magic, the potential for a small fortune, lies in the exceptions, the coins that are in pristine, untouched condition, and the fascinating errors that occurred during the minting process, transforming a common piece of currency into a coveted collector's item. The condition of your 1977 penny is the single most important factor in determining its true market value, a concept known in the numismatic world as grade. A coin that has been in circulation will show signs of wear, particularly on the high points of Lincoln's portrait and the fine details of the memorial. These are worth just a penny. However, a 1977 penny that was somehow set aside and remains in mint state MS condition, with its original copper luster intact and no signs of wear, becomes a different beast entirely. The color is also crucial. Pennies are classified as red, RD, if they retain their original vibrant color, and these are the most prized. For example, a common 1977 D penny in an exceptional MS67 plus RD condition has been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, proving that perfection pays. Beyond pristine condition, the most thrilling path to discovering a valuable 1977 penny is through mint errors. These are the coins that went wrong in the best possible way. You should look for a double die obverse, where the date, the word, liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust," shows a distinct ghost-like shadowing, indicating a misalignment during the die hubbing process. A dramatic example of this doubling can turn a simple penny into a treasure worth hundreds of dollars. Other errors to watch for include off-center strikes, where the design is dramatically misaligned, or clipped planchets, where the coin looks like it has a crescent-shaped chunk missing from its edge. While double dies and off-center strikes are exciting, the true heavyweights of 1977 penny errors are the almost unbelievable off-metal strikes. Imagine a penny that isn't its usual copper color, but is a shiny silver and feels incredibly light. This is exactly what happened with one of the most famous and valuable modern mint rarities, a 1977 Lincoln cent that was accidentally struck on an aluminum planchet, weighing just 1.04 grams instead of the standard 3.11 grams. This unique error coin is the sole example known to exist, and in a 2025 auction, it sold for a jaw-dropping $50,400. This sale is the closest you'll get to the $14 million myth, and it proves that truly exceptional errors can command life-changing sums. This incredible $50,400 sale is not an isolated incident. The world of mint errors is filled with stories of coins that became fortunes. Another 1977 Lincoln cent, this one struck on a dime planchet has been valued at an estimated $500 to $600. Other off-metal errors, like a 1980 D-cent struck on a 90% silver dime planchet, have sold for as much as $18,000. These are not myths, they are documented auction results, and they are the reason why every coin collector knows to never, ever spend a coin without giving it a second glance. The dream is not about finding a $14 million penny, it's about the very real possibility of finding a $50,000 one. So, take a moment right now, dump out that old piggy bank, sift through the coffee can of change in your garage, or carefully examine the collection passed down from a relative. Arm yourself with a magnifying glass and look at every 1977 penny with new eyes. Check for a mint mark, scrutinize the letters for any doubling, and marvel at any coin that looks like it was made just yesterday. Does it stick to a magnet? Is it the wrong color? You are not just looking at copper and zinc, you are looking at history, at potential errors, at a story waiting to be told. The next great discovery, a coin that could pay for a new car or a dream vacation, might just be hiding in your very own hands, waiting for you to recognize its true worth.